I'm Josh, I'm the captain of Hummingbird. I've been on this boat for just short of 3 years, and I'm from the south coast of the UK. And the crew are an international crew. We got South Africans on board, Irish, British, Spanish. Having the same faces, the same voices is a super key part to the reliability and the familiarity for the owner. So we left the Med in January and then came here to do 3 regattas. We did Antigua, the Bucket, and then the BVI, placing second in our class in all 3 events. The owner's really enthused for a Med season now. So we decided to book a return journey, which was something that the owner hadn't done yet, but we decided that it was best to ship the boat with a busy race schedule, take the load off the gear and the crew, and yeah, so we shipped out in January, and now here we are in April shipping back on the return leg. The most critical thing about the round trip is that obviously the trip over, as everyone knows, is quite light load, but it's still a lot of time at sea for the boat, and when you get there, usually the turnaround time's really tight for the crew. So it takes all that load off the crew. You can focus just on getting the boat race ready. And then after the season as well, it's tight to get back to the Med, and the most reliable way to do it is to come with Sevenstar and get yourselves there on time. On the day, it just comes down to the communication between the boat captain and the load master as to when they need you alongside.
A lot of planning goes into it before the actual port call. All the way from, when the staff in the commercial department setting everything up for the voyage, and operations is planning the stow plans and things like that. And then us on the day of, making sure everything works.
Pretty tricky conditions for loading yesterday, but the load masters here had full control of the situation. Just as we lifted her, we had quite a big squall to deal with, so they did a good job in managing the yacht in the air. And it's quite a long process to get this boat down into the cradle. She's quite tricky to lift, and the team did a really great job at getting her down safely.
You can have the best laid plans, but things change on the spot, which is why we're there. So having to think on our feet, work on solutions with our team back in the office, but also with the crew and captain and chief on the vessel. So keeps things interesting and exciting.
So Hummingbird ships on top of 2 of her 20-foot containers. We're really reliant on our containers, all our spare parts, all the rigging, all the sails. It's got to all move together. Turning up to events without the full inventory means that you don't have the best opportunity to fix the boat when things go wrong or things break, as they do on the water. I think transport planning is a critical part of the whole racing operation, whether it's container movements or the yacht as well. We have to consider all that from the start as to when we need our crew in, when the boat's going to arrive. We usually just start with the critical dates and work backwards from there. Loading her onto Sevenstar ship, we remove all of the risk of the breakages that could happen at sea while sailing. It provides the owner and the crew with reassurance that they can get the boat to Europe and start working on her immediately.